Every time you use a free app, browse a website, search for something online, or make a purchase with a loyalty card, information about what you did is recorded, where you were, what you looked at, how long you spent on it, what you bought, what you almost bought but did not. This information is collected, stored, organized, and in many cases sold to companies you have never heard of for purposes you were never told about, at prices you never agreed to and never received. The transaction happens entirely without your participation, and it happens billions of times a day across every connected device in every country where the internet operates. This is the story of how personal data became one of the most traded commodities in the digital economy. Who is buying it, what they are paying for it, and why the people generating it are almost never the ones who benefit from the sale. To understand why companies pay for consumer data, you need to understand what data actually is in a commercial context. Data, in this sense, is not simply information. It is a record of human behavior, a detailed, time-stamped account of what real people did, wanted, searched for, responded to, avoided, purchased, or considered purchasing. Individually, a single person's behavioral record has modest value, but aggregated across millions of people, organized by category, filtered by demographic, and matched against purchase history, that behavioral record becomes something that businesses will pay significant amounts to access. It tells them things about consumers that consumers would never volunteer directly, and it tells them at a scale and specificity that no survey or focus group could replicate. The data economy operates through a layered infrastructure of companies that most consumers have never encountered. At the base of that infrastructure are the data collectors, the apps, websites, loyalty programs, connected devices, and online services that gather behavioral information as a byproduct of providing their primary service. A weather app that knows your location every time you check the forecast. A retail loyalty program that records every purchase you make. A free browser extension that logs every website you visit. A social media platform that tracks not just what you post, but what you read, how long you pause on each item, and what you scroll past without engaging. Each of these is a data collection point, and the information collected at each one has commercial value. Above the collectors in the infrastructure are the data brokers, companies whose primary business is aggregating, organizing, and selling consumer data. Data brokers purchase raw behavioral data from collectors, combine it with data from other sources, clean and categorize it, and package it into products that businesses can purchase for specific commercial purposes. A data broker might combine your purchase history from a retail loyalty program with your location data from a mobile app, your browsing history from a free service, and your demographic information from a public record, and produce a profile that describes you as a high-income homeowner in a specific zip code with demonstrated interest in home improvement products and a history of purchasing premium brands. That profile, multiplied across millions of similar consumers, is a product that home improvement retailers, financial services companies, and premium brand advertisers will pay to access. The revenue flow through this system works as follows. A consumer uses a free service, an app, a website, a loyalty program. That service collects behavioral data as part of its normal operation. The terms of service the consumer agreed to, typically without reading in detail, include language that permits the collection and, in many cases, the sharing or sale of that data with third parties. The service either sells the data directly to data brokers or to advertisers, or uses it internally to improve the targeting of the advertising it sells on its own platform. In either case, the consumer's behavior generates revenue for the company. Revenue that the consumer does not share in and, in most cases, does not know is being generated. The prices paid for consumer data vary enormously depending on the type of data, its freshness, its specificity, and its commercial relevance. Broad demographic data, age range, general location, gender, is relatively inexpensive because it is widely available and not particularly actionable on its own. Behavioral data tied to specific purchase intent is worth considerably more. A list of consumers who have recently searched for mortgage refinancing options, visited multiple lender websites, and have a demonstrated history of financial product engagement is a high-value commercial asset. Financial services companies will pay premium rates to reach that specific audience at that specific moment in their decision-making process. The closer the data gets to confirmed, real-time purchase intent, the higher its commercial value. There is also a category of data that commands the highest prices of all: first-party transactional data held by companies with direct purchasing relationships with consumers. Retailers who know exactly what you bought, when you bought it, how much you paid, and how your purchasing behavior has changed over time, hold data that is uniquely valuable because it is based on actual financial transactions rather than inferred intent. Large retailers have built entire data businesses on top of this asset, selling access to their customer purchase data to the brands whose products appear in their stores. The brand learns how its products are actually performing at the individual consumer level, and the retailer generates a revenue stream from data it was already collecting as part of its normal operations. The reason this model works is that it monetizes behavior that is already happening without requiring any additional action from the consumer, and without offering the consumer any visible incentive to participate. The data is generated as a natural consequence of using digital services. The collection happens automatically, the sale happens invisibly, and the consumer, having received a free service in exchange for their data, has technically completed a transaction. They simply did not know the terms of it in any meaningful detail. It also works because the demand for behavioral data is structural and ongoing. Businesses across every industry are making decisions about which customers to target, which products to develop, which prices to set, which markets to enter, that improve in quality with better data. The willingness to pay for consumer behavioral data is not a trend. It is a permanent feature of how competitive businesses operate in a market where understanding the customer in detail provides a measurable advantage over competitors who understand them less well. What makes this model scalable is that the marginal cost of collecting one more data point is effectively zero. Once the infrastructure for data collection is in place, the app is built, the loyalty program is running, the website is live, each additional user interaction generates additional data at no incremental cost. The data set grows continuously, becomes more valuable as it grows, and can be sold repeatedly to different buyers without being depleted. Unlike a physical product that can only be sold once, a dataset can be licensed to multiple buyers simultaneously, each of whom pays for access to the same underlying information. The asset does not diminish with use, it compounds with scale. The infrastructure for processing, storing, and selling data has also become significantly cheaper over time. Cloud computing reduced the cost of storing enormous data sets. Machine learning improved the ability to extract commercially useful patterns from raw behavioral data. Automated advertising platforms created efficient markets where data-driven targeting could be purchased at scale without manual negotiation. Each of these developments lowered the cost of operating in the data economy while increasing the value of the data itself. What the data economy reveals about the digital world more broadly is that the most valuable transactions are often the ones that are least visible to the people involved in them. Every time a consumer uses a free digital service, a commercial exchange is taking place. The service provides utility, the consumer provides behavior. The behavior is converted into data. The data is converted into revenue. The consumer sees only the first part of that chain, the utility, and remains unaware of the rest. The product being sold is not the app, it is not the website, it is not the loyalty points. The product being sold is a detailed, continuously updated record of what real people do, want, and respond to, assembled from their daily digital lives and traded in markets they will never see, at prices they will never know, for purposes they were never asked about. The service is free, the data is not.